All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's break down day 2 of Swiss. Let's take a look where we're at meta-wise. Presence, Yone highest, 21-4 is completely crazy. You know, the reason I put Yone as my champion most banned is because my reasoning was this. Is a strong blind pig, untouched by nerfs, really good item buys, and additionally, he's your connector to the champions that Ziggs, like connected to Ziggs, connected to champions like Aurora, connected to Rumble, connected to all AP jungles. Like AD mids is not that, frequent. It's not that frequent. Like we've had, the losses we've had with Yone as well is like when the enemy team is much better, right? So it's like Caps lost the game against Hanwha Life. But even that game, Yone was cooking, bro. Yone was cooking. He like Caps was doing so well. And then we have Humanoid lost against dumb one Kia. You guys remember that game? He was on borderline ruling on his keyboard, like in some moments of that game. And then we have Jinkero against PSG, right? Jinkero against PSG. And then you have Didi WAP Esports versus Paying Amy. WAP. Wet ass pussy esports versus Paying Gaming. This has nothing to do with Worlds. It's just 14-18. So the 14-18 stats are even more skewed. So it's 2 losses at the World Championship. 2. And the underdog lost, So it's not like bad losses, because it's like G2 is still heavy underdog against the likes of, against the likes of Our Life, right? What else do we have? Rumble, obviously super giga strong. Like if you're a team that is capable of playing Smolder or Yone, you have an advantage because it connects you to Rumble and Ziggs too, right? That's also super big. Sejuani is making a resurgence too, but I think this is just connected to Renekton and Jax, which is something that is frequently picked. Skarner is looking good. Ashe is getting banned a lot, but I honestly think Jhin is way stronger than this champ, if I'm going to be honest. I feel like Jhin is something that just does better in most games because K'Sante prior is barely there, right? It's barely there. We'll just look at the world's main event and look at the difference. Aurora played 2 games and is just perma-banned through presence. Ziggs is also getting often banned. Where's the Jhin? I think Orianna looks super strong too. And then Rumble is latching on to the win ratio of course, Yone. So there's that. I just think that Yone should be banned more often, plain and simple. I think that's where we're at. I think that blue side teams are lining up and preparing the Yone. I think there is room to maybe go Smolder into Yone. I think that matchup looks fine. But the current state of the meta, I think that red side, it looks like we have some permabans that you have to drop, bro. You have to permaban Yone and Aurora. Or maybe you have to set up some crazy trade. Because at least when you're capable of playing Smolder into Yone, it makes a big difference. Because at least if the enemy first pick Yone, you can go Smolder, Rumble. But for example, today in the draft that we saw from Mad Lions, they went Yone, but here Ziggs and Rumble are open. So they go Ziggs Vi, enemy goes Maokai, Rumble, and then they go Smolder. At least it connects to Ziggs, but the enemy gets Rumble, Maokai, Yone, 1, 2, 3, and that is just chill, That is just chill. Nevertheless, Jhin, Ezreal gets banned. Okay, it's whatever. All right, where do we start? Billy versus LNG. This was a banger of a game. Let's start there. Billy versus LNG game. Let's just take a look at that game. Here we have Twist Day 2. I think that at first Scout completely, like if we talk about both of these teams where they're at currently, because this is going to tie into my predictions too. I think that Billy is the better team. They are the better team. I think the main thing, what is so strange in terms of what they gave up, like I don't know why they gave Scout and Zika Rumble Yone angles. I really think this is a mistake. Scout and his LNG, I think that their support and jungle don't know how to play the map. But if you're as strong as Yone is in these games on side, you don't need to know how to play the map, because it's very easy for Yone to just steal the waves, push the waves, and never be in any danger because of his ult and his E and his Q3. right? Zika Rumble, one of his best champs for sure. I think that Gala, Scout, Zika, if you put them in the fights, they fucking perform. And I think that Weiwei and Hang know how to team fight, but they don't know how to play the map. The contrast you saw, LNG versus Team Liquid, when LNG didn't have access to the Yon as an example, they looked very different, right? They looked very different. And I think that you need to deny the champions from LNG that allow them to play side very easily. And the key champion is Yon. I think that LNG, they've done well in this game, for sure. But I think this was a game that they could lose too. They could really, they could also really lose this game. The big one started here as there was a fight for an objective. This was kind of mental. You see that Bilibili is fighting this, but I thought that this is a fight that LNG can easily win. But the main thing I want to highlight here is after they commit here, Zika is doing so much damage. And then this position, this looks Giga losing. You have the Poppy ult on Orianna that already sent her into this position, as you can see. And the main thing that is shocking here, is just Scout. Here, Wei Q's over the wall. Scout, instead of flashing and killing him, flashing and then flanking Elk and then kiting Bin, he Q3s into the wall, doesn't flash over. And then here, he chases after Elk. Elk flashes the Q3, and then he just gets CC chained and he tries to ult, but he's already dead. And here comes the Jhin bullets. And from this point, you know, I think that the game is in a good state for Bilibili. The main thing they need to figure out is how to protect the Orianna on side, because K'Sante is not going to be the one to get ganked. So they just need to push through mid, Hover would support and Vi on Orianna's side, make sure she generates farm. And then all is good in the hood, right? I think this dive is fine. They went for 1-for-1. The big one was the Drake that is spawning now. Let's take a look at this Drake here. It's also a favorable fight. They got 2-for-1. Bilibili is in a good position. Right? And now we have this fight. When I saw this live, I didn't realize this fucking happened. But take a look at what Bin actually does. Because I think this is a fight that Bilibili can win too, but the issue is Orianna gets one-tapped. Why does Orianna get one-tapped? Let me show you guys. Here, Vi needs to ult the Poppy ult to just get CC immune so she doesn't get Poppy ulted out. Here, K'Sante does the same with the W, and then it seems here as his W has CC'd Vi, so he couldn't do it. But he just Q'd first. If he just R's and doesn't Q, then I think all is good. But Hang W, so he's fucking rooted. What's it called? The fucking thing where you can't dash. And he can't ult now. So Hang gets a pop. But look at this here from Bin. He's grounded. Look at this from Bin. I didn't see this in-game. I thought, wow, Orianna should flash. But look at what Bin does. He ults Poppy into a perfect angle. And keep in mind, he's nearsighted. So Orianna doesn't see anything that is happening. He can't be like, oh, he wants to ult him so I can cut in. But look at Poppy's position to Orianna. It doesn't get better than that. And if Ignite is Sicko mode God tier, you know, on a whole nother plane of existence, he can flash. But it's impossible, bro. He doesn't see shit here. And I didn't see this happen in game, actually. I didn't see. Like, he gets Poppy eat, and then Scout just flashes on him. And then we have the combo of death here, where Elk tries to flash out. And this was beautiful. And then, of course, after this, all of a sudden, the game swings in the other direction. Because they get 1 tower, 2 towers, and then all of a sudden, they got a 4k gold swing. There was just a freak situation. And that's it. And that's it. Like, I think after this, the composition of Bilibili has a real hard time stepping up on waves because they have no mid turrets, and then Orianna can't really farm side. They spot Orianna here on the vision, and that's why Rumble is TPing on the flank, which is super nice. And here in this moment, boom, shakalaka, boom, into GG. Very nice flank, very nice goal, but just Jhin has no flash and he can't play the game. I think it's crazy, you know, it's like, looking at this game to criticize Knight is silly. Looking at Chovy's games to criticize Chovy is also really fucking silly. This TP here is really fucking troll, I agree. This TP is fucking strange. He should just TP here, right? and that's okay. Did Yon win every game today? No, he lost against G2. But okay, the game is over. LNG took a win. Very nice. Cheers to them, you know? I think the main thing that I would highlight from Bilibili is just their blatant disrespect. It's like not banning Scout Yon, I think is crazy. Banning Kindred instead of Yon is crazy. To not remove Rambo is crazy. Like this Kindred ban is fucking troll, and then 4-5 they had no ban prepared. I get it. At least this is more acceptable than the Kindred ban in my opinion. This Kindred ban was like a shout out to Shun. It's like, yo, you're benched. I feel like you're discrediting LNG too much. They found a lucky fight, but they played the map well to end the game. Lots of teams in this position would be able to close the game out versus Bilibili. No, I think that you are finding meanings and interpretations from what I'm saying that aren't there. You are shadowboxing. I'm contextualizing LNG as a team in regards to where they are in the tournament. They are 2-0, but I don't think this win makes them better than Bilibili. It's just not the case. In my mind here, it's like the side laning becomes very easy the moment Yon is ahead of everybody and they have a Nocturne on the team, right? The side laning becomes very easy. The enemy has Orianna Kisante, and the game practically plays itself when the enemy team has no mid turret, right? So I think that you say I'm discrediting, I say that you're just being emotional over words and trying to find meaning where my meaning is very clear. All right, we continue. Genji versus Top Esports was an interesting one. Like, once again, the same thing, right? It's like Top Esports banned Smolder and they went Lucian. I think this was a game where I didn't trust Top Esports to close this one. I really didn't trust Top Esports to close this one because you can't make any mistakes. 369 is not someone known for playing Rumble, and he was the one that was giga-fed this game. Giga-fed this game. The Rumble was completely in the dirt. The Gnar was completely in the dirt, and nothing really. Shit, this is the fucking wrong tournament. There we have it. I think that the big shift was just that fight we got from Yon and Kaiser on the mid wave. That was absolutely crazy. I think that a big concern for me when it comes to Genji is that they keep drafting these drafts that are very, very bad early game, you know? I worry because they played 2 back-to-back Maokai games. Yesterday, I defended the Maokai because the Maokai is picked into Poppy Jacks, and here it was a little bit different. They went Maokai because they have the Gnar answer into Rumble. It's fine and dandy. But I think that this just Chovy having Yon, I feel like this game eventually is going to reach a point where this blue side comp is going to win. I think that Lucian makes one mistake, Rumble makes one mistake, and the game just explodes, in my opinion. Kaiser had really good condition in this game, and this fight was beautiful. We can take a look at that. I think here, Genji had such a good start because Keen is just covering for Jakilov. And at some point, if Genji just kind of walked it off, I think all would be good in the hood. But they kept extending. And at this point, like here, they can walk away, you know, they can walk away. And they didn't. They invited this. Lehens needs to land his E, and Kareem had flash still and E. And Kareem was dipping and dabbing here. But still, I think the conditions, like basically I said on stream, the moment this Rumble dies once, the game will be over. And there is this very, very bad mistake from Top Esports where basically Lehens and Pays just go into Fog of War and they go both. This is also unacceptable from Jakilov. Like this is silliness, you know? Like dying like this when your team commit full the way topside and they just need to wait 1.5 seconds, legit 1.5 seconds is really bad. Gnar pushed all the way, like there's no rush. We continue. We just show that rumble. Like here in this moment, right? Like where else will Leona and Kaiser go? It's like Rumble is on a neutral wave here when Lucian is here. This is not good. Dodging the vision, taking it easy, and then they've got the shutdown on 369, and that's the 1k gold in the bank of Kaiser. Finally, I want to showcase the fight on mid wave that was so fucking beautiful. Take a look at this. Look at the angle that Chovy comes from. He stacks on Wolves, the Wolves are alive, and then he fucking finds a way to undermine the defenses of top esports. Jackie Love doesn't flash, and then the buffer on the fucking Yonut was beautiful. I love that, man. Really fucking gorgeous. And then he pops E back, and then he just stacks himself once again. Rumble ult in Zimbabwe, bro. Like 369, laned fine, had good ganks from Tian, but his Rumble was deplorable in terms of his ult placements. Like, what is that, bro? That is horrible. Really, really disappointing. And then you have, of course, Yon just coming back for round 2. Look how far he pulled these puppies, bro. These wolves are here. These wolves, they at least at this point, these are Chovy's pets. He's just stacking Q on them, bro. Maybe he wanted to zone with R. What, the third team that is incoming from top lane or what? This was horrible, bro. And Chovy came back in, and the game is completely over. Game is completely over. I didn't think in this type of draft like that Genji would ever lose. I didn't feel uncomfortable at any point in the game, honestly. It just comes down to the Yon. But now we are learning about the state of mind of our boy. He currently wants to play Smolder. I saw a bit of Kero and Genji's tempo uses against top on his clip channel. I want to hear your take on it. Nah, ICBA. I don't really care. We continue. G2 vs Hanwha Life was also a fucking ultimate banger. G2 vs Hanwha Life. G2 vs Hanwha Life. I think Hanwha Life really threw this game. I think that this was a giga losing game for G2. They managed to find ganks on mid. Zeka had impeccable conditions. Zeka had one of the fastest stacking smolders that we've ever seen in a competitive game. Hanwha Life found ganks on bot, found ganks on mid. Peanut was driving and running this game completely. There was very little control. The only thing that was positive in the early game was just Poppy that killed Doran on side. Hanwha Life, they went for this dive for no reason at all, right? No reason at all. I think this was just silly, right? Look at Ash's position, how she has to fight. They're crossing through and there's no minion wave. They are making the enemy defend already, but the fact that they are in this spot is really, really bad. Really bad. I don't like this at all. Obviously, they know to. They're just straight up rendered. Like they have a tier 1. They are in position to defend. The enemy is defending. They have the better entry to mid. Everything is pointed to the fact that they are chilling, you know? But here in this spot, G2 managed to capitalize and get the Nashor, you know, fucking beautiful. I have to highlight, I think that G2's draft is really bad. I think that there's no point in this game where Hanwha Life is weaker. And I think that G2 realized. They really, really realized. Because Hanwha Life have an even match up top. Even Jax wins 1 through to 4, and then Poppy begins to, you know, chip away at his HP. Sejuani is giga strong early. I think that, by the way, this champion here, Smolder, doesn't lose. And then you have Ash Braum into Varus Rel. And this side as well, they scale really fucking well. They have good fucking early game. There's no point where they're actually weaker. And I think G2 realizes this as the game continues. The G2 realizes. It's like look at how wonky this blue side draft is. This is very, very wonky. I don't think that they can ever win fights against a Smolder when Smolder has flash up. And I think G2 fucking realized, yeah, bro, guys, we can't fucking win a fight. Lilia late game does well against Jack Seju Braum. No. No. I disagree. There's just too much CC, I think. Just way too much CC. And I think like Lilia has a hard game. I think that like people like there was this meme about Varus on Hoopo, right? Like let me show you guys. Varus on Hoopo. Let me see because Jizuke linked it. It was pretty funny. What is it? Here it is. After watching 45 minutes, I didn't realize that ADC was Varus, but he has nothing to do, bro. He has nothing to do. The thing is, Hansama's job is non-existent. It's non-existent. That's why, like at the beginning of Worlds, I said that AD carry agency is non-existent. The G2 decided to play a side game, and what is Varus' job? Clear mid waves. That's all. He's never gonna be put in a team fight, and Caps is just split pushing. Then that's what Varus has to do, bro. He can't do anything, you know. Anyhow. Very close here, Viper to get killed on the snap. But this, of course, was a good look for G2. Good look. They managed to punish and they actively tried to find ways to pursue. I loved how Caps was playing, bro. Caps was playing with full confidence. He was pressuring always. I think it was like Caps had a fucking like I'm starting to become a Caps Yon believer, bro. Starting to become a Caps Yon believer, bro. I think that there was a very good look from BB, very good look from Caps too. This decision here I really didn't like from G2. Like they have side lanes to play on. I don't know why they're trying to siege just turrets so badly against these champs. I didn't like this. They're looking for some kind of dive. I wasn't a big fan of this type of play. Zeka was hovering to defend and they had Jack's TP. I think they can play sides more. I didn't like this, you know. I didn't like this play here. Let's continue. So we already know now that G2's only play is to try to create something on side and then to try to outnumber. That's it. That's it. You know? This fight here, I think that Zeka, plain and simple, was just out of position. I thought even at some point that BB would just fucking tackle him into the wall. Because look at Zeka's position here. I think that BB, imagine if BB just looks to E him, but he's Eing the Sejuani to his team instead. Like Zeka is awkwardly placed, really awkwardly placed here. And the fight is heading in the other direction and Zeka is just kind of out of position. I think that's the only reason this fight was remotely close. Because once again, I repeat, I don't think that G2 should have a say at all in any of these fights, you know? Here, I think How Alive made a pretty big mistake. I think this turn that they did on Poppy, I think that... do you think if Hans picked Draven, the situation would be different? Draven, this is the worst game possible. I can't think of a worse game to play Draven. Enemy has Braum, Jax, Sejuani, Smolder. This is the worst Draven game on earth. This is literally the worst game of Draven that you could ever play. There's nothing worse. The champion is not the problem. Varus is not the problem, guys. The Varus is not the problem. Here, I think the turn is just bad. Like, Ziggs would have been better, okay. But it's like, it's the same shit. I just think that when you have Poppy top, I don't think you can play Lilia together with it. And I just think How Alive's draft is fucking cohesive and looks fucking beautiful. They have last pick support, they have Ashe, and they have a very strong top side. I think that when you pick Poppy, probably you need a different jungle. I think that's the way, bro. What is the problem though? I felt like this game was really hard drafted. I think that How Alive hardcore out drafted G2. They have good matchups everywhere in my opinion. What's good with Poppy top? I just think they need a jungler with CC. I think they're just lagging a jungler with CC because they have Yon mid. It's just that I think that both Lilia and Poppy, they are secondary, you know? I think they need more setup. Like if they had Amumu in this game, I would be fucking hyped. But anyhow, looking at this spot here, I think that How Alive they really cooked the Poppy pick and flex that they really botched the jungle pick. Well, they picked Poppy into Jack Sejuani showing. So I think that Yike is not good, you know? I think that if you wanna take a look at drafts as well, I don't understand this Narban. Like anyone who watched LCK know that these two champions, when you think about How Life, if I think about their mid jungle, I mean jungle top, this is what they want to play, right? And basically teams are picking Jax to match Yone in split. That's what it is, right? Jax is there to match Yone in split, and Nar is already out, and they know that G2 is not willing to pick Rumble. Like here, for example, if they are willing to pick Rumble and a different jungle to Lilia, let's say they go Rumble Maokai here, then we're fucking happy, right? But we don't play Rumble in Europe. We don't play. Like currently, if we take a look at the Genji draft pattern, that's the Maokai, right? After the Rumble was picked away. And we have even Gigabyte Marines. They had the Jax into Yone showing, right? They just pick something that is solid on side against Yone, because I think that aspect of Yone is very important. And that's why in this game here, in the Bilibili LNG one, the Yone was running rampant because he was winning both sides against Orianna and this, you know? But the point is, like, you're picking Lilia. To say that Poppy Flex ruins Lilia, no, that's not it, you know? That's really not it. So, I think that I don't like the Nar ban. I think that I understand the Akali ban to set up Yone, but How Life is a big smolder team too. And I think in the end, I think in the end, How Life really have like really good coverage in the current meta. Like How Life is looking very scary based on how they draft, because they have the Rumble in the pocket, Smolder, Yone. I think that right now, it seems to me that like against Genji and against How Alive, you have to try to see what happens if you ban Smolder Yone. And you need to invite a mage v mage meta. I think that's something that Bilibili need to do, because I don't think that you should invite Smolder Yone traits. Like right now, meta-wise, How Alive and Genji are looking pretty crisp, I think. Pretty damn crisp. It's hard to cover everything with ban, you know? But just here, the punish to Sejuani Jax should be like Amumu a Rumble or Maokai Rumble, I think. But they went Poppy, but then they need a different jungle, probably still Maokai, you know? Okay. Alright, let's continue. G2 vs How Alive. This turn here from How Alive, I really didn't like it. I think they didn't realize how fucking tanky this Poppy is, because neither did I. Alright, the people in the chat that are blaming Yone first pick, you guys are trying to find meaning where there is none. Look at the lesson and look at the patterns of how people are setting up Yone in the games where it's succeeding. It's very, very different, right? Like, every game Yone is succeeding, what's happening? You have Yone, Lilia, Poppy. This 1, 2, 3 is just not good for Yone, in my opinion. When you have PSG, Yone, Maokai, Rumble. Fnatic, Yone, Jarvan, Ziggs. Like here, they should probably pick Vi. T1, Yone, Vi, Rumble. It's just a whole different game, you know? And Yone kept them in the game, if anything, you know? Like, Yone first pick is not the problem. Alright. So this turn here, I think, is just a mistake. Here, I think that Viper and the Light and this squad just gets played by Caps. Like, they just get played by Caps, tackle into the wall. This was very nice. Good punish from G2. This was like, just in my mind, I think How Alive probably need to wait with the turn because the Nash is dropping so low. Like, look how low the Nash is dropping. I think that just Viper kind of throws the position here. Because I think it's very hard for these guys to break through. Like, look at Lilia's position. She has no flash. This is Nash dead, you know? We continue. Here was overreach. They're trying to, like, they are trying to play on one lane. They should never do it. G2 recognize the plot of the game. So in chat, some people talked about that they threw Soul, but I think the Soul doesn't matter. I agree with G2 that Soul doesn't matter. The thing is, they already lose 5v5s. They already lose 5v5s and they have Nasha for 2 minutes. I think their idea of trying to make the game chaotic is a very good idea. I don't think the Soul changes the game at all. The Soul doesn't change the fabric of how the fights are or how side lane is. It's just that Inferno Soul gives more damage, but How Alive really wins that. The main issue is that BB doesn't get his TP off. And I think that they should be nuking the tower. That to me is the biggest difference. Because this play, they misplayed it. Because keep in mind, G2's state of mind is correct. Like right now, I don't like that G2 are diving Doran. I think that they should be nuking the shit out of this turret. If BB gets his TP off and they break this inhib and bottom him is broken, I think that they will actually create a crazy enough game that they have chances. But they don't win 5v5s against How Alive, and they've known this for a very long time. They just misplayed the idea. I think the idea is 100% correct. If BB gets TP off, brilliant. If they break the top turret, there is no TP angle for Zeka as well. And if they take top inhib and have bot inhib, I think that this game could get very dirty. And that's the only way. It's like, How Alive is Protoss, okay? They are Protoss, they have a death ball, everything is fully scaled, they have fucking Colossi, they have everything, okay? Death ball. How do you beat death ball? You make sure that they have to spread out. You have to play like a fucking Zergling. You have to play like a dog Zergling, and this is the correct decision. Because we all agree that 5v5 is incredibly hard, and that they will probably lose the game here if they go for it. I think this is a good play. And I think G2 realized that their draft is kind of ass. And the best way for them to do shit is to fucking send it on site. Someone said Peanut build is dog shit. Agreed. I don't know why the fuck he went Koenig Rook in second. BB got stopped because he TP'd in on a pink ward. So Sejuani flash R's him to cancel it. And then Doran bought enough time with Sterak's, Hourglass and all that jazz. I think if they nuke the tower, play on tower, don't rush so hard to kill the Jax, I think would have been better. Now, of course, the game is very difficult. Very difficult. Because Doran can just be the janitor, BB has no TP, and they will be forced to face the music, you know? Even this is kind of chill, bro. This is kind of chill. In the end, Doran TP'd. Imagine he gets cancelled here. It's so fucking close as Mickey gets it, you know? Like, even this is close. Imagine Doran just gets Imagine that happens, you know? Is Peanut starting to show cracks? Peanut had a crazy good game. Let's be honest. Here as well, after, I think if Caps TPs the moment he sees Doran TP, maybe they can 4v5 here and win the game. But he goes too far back, you know? Imagine he snap TPs right now onto whatever ward he has. Then it would be a lot better, you know? Peanut had a fantastic game. He just had a bad build, I think. He had a really fucking good game. But I think this game really signifies my read on G2. I think that Doran can cancel his TP. What do you mean? If he TPs when Doran TPs, then how can he? The duration is practically the same. I don't think that G2 is close to How Alive level. I don't think so. How Alive today, they threw the game. I think How Alive early game is way better than How Alive. I mean, How Alive early game is way better than them. Lane phase is way better than them. I think also draft read is 10 times better than them. How Alive today lost a smite from Yike, a steal, and also they threw when they dove top. That's best of one shenanigans. These type of game states, these type of occurrences don't happen 3 times in a best of 5. Yes. So I don't think, look, this game doesn't prove to me that G2 is close to How Alive. I just think that G2 will beat a worse team, for sure, as the game progresses. I think after 10-15 minutes, G2 macro-wise is fucking sublime. Really fucking smart. And I think that a team like Top Esports, Weibo Gaming, T1, they can lose to a G2. They can. But I'm just worried about G2's early games too. I give you guys my read on G2, what I mentioned when I did the breakdown 2-3 weeks ago. G2, weak early game. I think that when it comes to fighting, they are going to be weaker than the teams above them in my standing. But macro-wise, they are really fucking good. And I think they are, macro-wise, I could argue that they are better than Top Esports, better than Weibo, and better than T1. But they need to get there, right? This game, they didn't get there. Realistically, in this game, they didn't get there. Because Smolder was 150 sacks at 12 minutes, you know? But I repeat, G2's draft here was pretty damn bad. The draft here was pretty damn bad. Tomorrow, I think Weibo Gaming have had some of the weirdest drafting of the entire tournament. Like, look at that draft. Skarner, Kalista, Renata, Oriana, Nar. Like, it works in the matchups, but with time, they will have issues, in my opinion, with time. The matchups are good, but if Team Liquid can pull away from the matchups, this game gets kind of hard. Syndra scales really good into this. And like in this game, I don't want to look at it too much. I guess we can, like, we have to watch how APA just throws all the hopes away of let's just show it. It's like Weibo Gaming were in good standing and good condition, but Crisp kept doing weird shit. Like Crisp always, I don't know what Crisp is doing. Crisp is, I have no clue. I can't. Like Crisp smurfed and played so trash in the same game. I think that he recognized the assignment. Crisp was like, okay, the enemy team outraged us with Syndra, Lucian, Nami. They're gonna poke us. What engage do we have? Nothing. Kalista army and I will do something. That's basically his fucking thought process. That's basically his thought process. Here, I don't know what Weibo Gaming is doing. Like, they are isolated. Crisp is getting one shot. They didn't control River before they played anything. Like here, they're just skipping steps, Weibo Gaming. Horrible, right? So Team Liquid were winning this game. Like Team Liquid conditions here is completely winning. I think that even though I laughed at the Lucian Nami real time, I was like, this is fucking troll. It ended up fucking good. I did say that Core JJ and Eon are really good Lucian Nami. So that's one thing that I said, but I just thought that the draft looked fucking weird when it went down. Okay, so this game state, super winning for them. Really good. They are chilling. Bada bing, bada boom. We continue. Team Liquid stacking Drakes. Like, Weibo Gaming, look how desperate they are, bro. They're crawling like cockroaches on the top side of the map trying to get Nash information. Team Liquid just run it down mid. These guys are over-posturing their vision. No problem. Team Liquid's definitely like in a winning position. Definitely in a winning position. Impact is spotting them. They know here, Team Liquid, like they know Weibo Gaming can't fucking complete this. I think the Dion here should trade with Light when he's hitting though. I thought that he's going to look to fucking Arham here. But he didn't go for it, waiting for Nami buffs, which is fine, it's okay. And then they go out and they're happy. They're happy. They send every ult in the game for Umti's flash, which is completely fine. Umti gets out. No problem at all. Zhao has the TP. Look at Zhao being level 14 against APA 16 as well. Fully stacked. Like, everything. Like, right now, Team Liquid is super winning. Super. This is insanely winning. 120, 16, 3 item advantage, 2.4k gold again of the Oriana. Like, they are giga winning. Giga winning. They collect the Drake in the end. They have soul point. Bro, like even I'm watching now. I'm watching it now and I'm thinking, how the fuck can they lose? How can they lose? Here I never thought that Impact would actually die, bro. I didn't think that Light would have the damage to actually fucking kill him, because this is Sterax and EE as well. Sterak and fucking all these items. I didn't think he would actually be killed. I thought at least if they go for him that they can fight back, you know, they can fight back. I'm just looking at here how APA could use his spells. I guess it was too late. He was afraid of the breathe to jumping the wall, so he couldn't actually do anything. He couldn't actually do anything. When I was watching it live, I wanted APA to do more, but he couldn't do anything actually here. I think Nar would just go over the wall. Here, I think that it's very hard for Weibo Gaming to do Nash, bro. They burnt a lot of tools. They have Kalista ult, but I didn't see a world where Weibo Gaming do Nash here. I think just APA tries to win the game, and it ends up being pretty damn bad. Like, he hits the W, and I think if APA flashes over the wall here, he would be Captain America. He would be a hero, but his flash is just not good. Like, he's going for the snap because he hits the W. And if he flashed over the wall here, it would have been fucking beautiful. If he blew trinkets, would have been beautiful. It was a great idea, great move. Keep in mind, this is Zhao who's HP without ulting. But if he flashes blue trinkets and burns Zhao here, I think that he would have been, like, he would have gotten a medal from Joe Biden and Trump. It would be like one of those moments where both Democratic Party and Republican Party, they come together in a partisan party to give APA a medal of commendation. But in the end, it turns sour, and Light snaps the necks of the enemy. We have a final fight where it looks like Light is inting. Let's show Spawn beating the table. He does it with a bottle for no damage. It's smart. Let's take a look at this. I'm gonna just take a look at Light's drift. Look at the Light drift here. Dom's reaction was pretty fucking funny when we were watching this, because he got excited that he died. Here it really bothered me that Breathe is just not going bot. Like, why is he not defending the super minions on bot? He's just refusing to go bot. He can just be bot the entire time, put one ward, and he can just harass the enemy. And if Syndra is going bot, he can just walk away and the enemy team can't do shit without the Syndra. But he's just grouping and throwing boomerangs. It really bothered me. Just grouping, throwing boomerangs, boomerangs. Just go bot and defend the super minion. Defend the super minions, man. And he's just boomeranging. He's back to mid. I don't know what he's afraid of. He has nothing to be afraid of. Light gets one tapped. Looks like there could be some potential here. What goes down here in the next frames? That's the ult. The W flash. Yeon had no flash from before. And APA had no flash from before too. I think this moment here when Yeon and APA lose flash is pretty damn tragic. APA loses flash here too. It's a good chase out from Weibo Gaming. But they just managed to kill Yeon in that fight, and that's it. Here as well, Breathe just fucking smurfs it. Honestly, Breathe just fucking smurfs it. I think that there is definitely like layers to this game, you know? Like when we're watching Breathe and Doran look silly over an LPL and LCK, like it's funny to see those same players then completely fucking make fun of our Western top laners. You know? Impact of MVP is really, really fucking good in lane swaps and good in 1v2s. That's a specialty, right? Probably the best at it. But Breathe fucking solo killed him. Fucking farmed him. And Breathe had a fucking crazy Nah game. Doran didn't make fun of BB. You guys are missing the point. Oh man. You're missing the point. BB played a wonderful game. BB is the only Western top laner that can stand tall. I'm talking in general. Fucking too many people that see things so fucking black and white. Even here, bro. Look at Breathe just finding the opportunity, bro, after the stun of E. Wow. Think Whippo can also offer a challenge? I don't think so. Like, no offense. But I think Whippo makes too many mistakes. I think Whippo can play super good, but at the cost of potentially making mistakes. All right. All right. What else can we look at? DK versus Fly was fucking funny too. I guess that's the last game that we can look at, because DK versus Fly was, I don't know, like these fucking losses from North America, the tragedy that strike. The tragedy is extreme. Extreme. I think DK Fly has had two fantastic drafts. I thought maybe here they're going to look for Wukong. I thought Wukong on 4 could be really good. I think that would have been safer, okay? Like I said, while I'm watching this, I thought they should play Viego here or they should play Wukong. I think that would have been super good. Amumu invites heavy mercs, but the thing is, Yon can definitely, Yon can't buy tenacity or mercs. He can't skip attack speed shoes. So it's okay. Why is Wukong good? Enemy is triple AD already. Wukong is fucking good against all of them. Has free early game. He has good matchups already bought, and he's chilling, you know? I still think with the Silas lock-in, I think with Darius lock-in, I still think FlyQuest is better draft. I still think FlyQuest is a better draft. I don't think this is a good draft. I really don't think so. Not that it mattered, it didn't matter at all. But I do think that red side here, they have winning top, they have pushing bot, winning bot, and then Silas mid is supposed to play that. Like, they have to give up everything for the whole game. Realistically, Rel should have no windows to move. Realistically, Silas should be under pressure by Leona and Amumu the whole game. And then there's a fucking Darius into Yon. I think that it's a really, really fucking hard game. I think if you put down one here and then down one here, I'm telling you that down one playing this team against themselves, they would get fucked. They would get really fucked, I think. I think that this Diamond draft is insanely dangerous. You have to lane swap and analyze the game with lane swaps is the thing, yes. But how can you swap after the initial swap if you have 0 initiative? Like you're looking at the game from like it's like the game is an onion and you're looking at the onion. I peel the onion and I look at the layers of it, right? Lane swap, sure, maybe you can set up with the lane swap for the first, but how do you ever get initiative with Yon, Smolder, Rel against the enemy team if they are pushing every lane? You can't just leave. You can't just leave. I just explain more because I don't see why the lane swap will be as bad as you're saying. Look, if you are laning against a lane that is stronger than you, how do you lane swap? If you don't push, how do you initiate a base? You can't. The price you pay is way too extreme. When you are pushing and winning lane, you base first and you choose where the initiative goes. You just recall and let them crash the wave. You just fucking sacrifice 12 minions. That's not real, guys. That's not real. And then you walk top and Darius stole the wave already and then there is no play. It's game losing, by the way. Look, in this game, I think that quad was honestly disgusting. I think that quad was disgusting, plain and simple. I think that this cancellation that Busio did on aiming, this should have been game winning. These guys wanted to base and swap into top, but he got fucking fucked. Quad played good? No. How can you say that, bro? Every time, guys, like, I understand if someone doesn't have like deep game knowledge, okay? If people don't have deep game knowledge, that's okay. But then to argue with somebody that does from that position, that blows my mind, you know? That blows my mind. That really, really blows my mind. Here, the enemy team has no vision in river. This is freezing. This guy left. Busio and Amumu, like Busio can just walk mid. He has all the time in the world to do whatever he wants. The disgusting part, guys, is dying to this. This is game losing. Really, really game losing. Bot is completely sacked. Rel has nothing to do, and he dies to this. The reason this is so extremely important is because if Silas gets ahead, like, the only redeemable aspect of this draft is Silas. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that is redeemable. You know, like, Silas can't get ahead this game. He is not allowed to get ahead. Because Damwon put their whole draft in the toilet for Silas. Silas is the only champion in this game that is strong. Isn't Yon also an STI pick? But he's laning against Darius, bro. He's laning against Darius. It's not easy. You're hoping that through lane swaps you get ahead as Yon. And that you can farm. That's a very, very good conclusion, you know? But Darius is very strong on side, right? The enemy team is full melee team. You have a Momo jungle. All right. I think I would just ignore chat. Jesus Christ. What am I reading, bro? Like, Busio going bot. I don't know what the fuck Busio is doing here. Like Busio should just go. Like Busio. I don't know why Busio is going here. This is really bad. I don't know why he's going here. Busio right now should be thinking, I need to protect mid and then go top. That's his job. Base or do whatever the fuck. Like, just go mid and base and bush and open top to defend the Darius. Because if you freeze bot, you want to defend. That's all. And also Inspired needs to start skipping some camps. Because they could have been top for sure. Right? They could have been top for sure. He could have been mid, but Quad shouldn't die to this. They know that Moham base and that he opened. He has no other play, right? Dying to this, terrible. Has flash. He should just fucking flash the rel spell. Or fucking not contest that wave. Because his support is showing on bot wave and his jungler wants to clear camps. Okay, Inspired is taking camps to get 6. It is what it is. Fine. He clears camps to take 6. Right now, bot is freezing. They're winning super hard. Right now, aiming is in the toilet. We have level 6 Masu versus aiming level 4. This should be fucking good. Imagine if Quad didn't die, right? Game condition should be fucking wonderful. Right now, the main thing that needs to happen is Leona needs to be on time here and Amumu just needs to sprint. So Bwipo just needs to chill for just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then the game explodes. But Bwipo, I don't know what Bwipo's doing. Bwipo got 2 chances to make the right choice. But he didn't. Amumu's doing Raptors, bro. Is he queuing them to move faster? Or is he actually doing Raptors? Because if he's doing Raptors here, it's crazy to me, bro. Oh, wow, bro. Like, just fucking... Like, Inspired needs to walk here, bro. He needs to walk here. He needs to walk here. Busio needs to walk here. I don't know, bro. At this point in the game, Dom said it made no sense for Riot to be top. Guys, if they don't push Darius off the turret, they lost the game, guys. But like they are praying that they kill Darius here. They're praying. Really, they are praying. They were praying. But okay, somehow DK with this composition managed to get in a condition where they are ahead. This was a very cheeky play from Masu. He's trying to arrow for the... He tried to arrow for the TP. Look at the timing. Look at the timing, guys. He tried to cancel the TP, but Kingen moved out. This is pretty fucking cool. How are they praying? It's so obvious they will farm the Darius. What the fuck? I'm black mirroring you, bro. You can write in chat, but I will no longer read what you're writing. You're getting black mirrored. They were not praying. Darius is free. All right. So DK looked super good. They looked like they were going to win the game. Like this looked completely lost, right? Looked depressing. Bwipo died on side 2. Like this should have been complete GG. 6k gold ahead. This should have been completely over. Showmaker, I'm not so sure what happened here. Showmaker is just looking for mushrooms. His team is on the mid wave. This is very bad from Showmaker. I don't know. There's no explanation for it. They get 2 kills back. And then here, DK can just say, all right, guys, they got the Drake, no problem. Let's maybe look for steal if we want to. We have Flash and Lucid, but he just goes into the bit so damn early. Inspired wanted to turn on him, but Lucid just makes it so easy. Lucid just fucking goes into the pit, dies. Shout out to Maso for playing this pretty damn well. I don't like the fact that they burn Violed on Whip. I think Whippo going into honestly, like Whippo going into this place, I think is really good. I think that he should not hit Rel. I don't think that he should hit Rel. I think that you should go into the pit. Like, this was well played by Bwipo, I think. I think you should always just fucking ignore the Rel and just fucking go, you know? The fact that they violed him is really bad. Maso turned into Legolas, and all of a sudden FlyQuest is in the game, bro. Like, they have some duels. You know, Amumult has cooldown for the Silas, and they were gaming. Look, they killed King and 2 on side. They managed to collapse on the Bwipo play here, and all of a sudden, DK macro is showing through, bro. Like, they are fucking ass. But DK macro, Bwipo eat them all to find time, and Busio connects on to aiming, who has no cleanse, the Syndra E, and the stun, the Violed. There's no follow-up because everybody's dead. Showmaker's dead. Yon has TP, but he just spawned, and they are getting kills. But look what happens here, guys. It's so tragic, man. It is so tragic. Maso had a legendary game, and he gets cancelled on base. And then Showmaker does fucking some freaky jujitsu here. Freaky jujitsu. Freaky jujitsu, look at that. Stealing the Ash Arrow and sending it onto quad. Bah! Woohoo! Ching! Oh. Beautiful. And then the game is over again. Like, it's so sad. And then here, I don't know why they're contesting, bro. Why are they contesting S3? Like, they're looking for a steal. Like, they're looking for a steal against these champs. They can all get over the wall. And then, yeah, the game exploded again. And now the game's over. So sad. So sad, guys. So sad.